with some breaking news because Sunderland have made another signing. They've agreed a deal to sign Omar Alderete from Getafe. It's a deal worth £10.4 million plus £1 million in add-ons. The 28-year-old will now travel to undergo a medical. So that is the 11th signing potentially for Sunderland. What can we expect from Alderete?
Well, I think he's somebody that certainly could deal with the physical stresses and strains of the Premier League. You don't play for Jose Bordalas at Getafe if you're not tough, and he's absolutely that. He had a spell in Germany with Hertha Berlin for a team that was largely battling relegation, so maybe we didn't see the best of him then, but I think he's learnt a lot since then, and I think, again, it's smart business. It's somebody who can come in and deal with the top flight.
Sunderland, you can't accuse them of not giving it a go. 11 signings that'll be.
No, absolutely, Matt. And I think this is a really interesting signing as well, more just from the age profile as well, because we've seen Sunderland look at younger players, even with some Premier League experience, like Simone Adingra from Brighton. But I think in the last few signings, we're seeing a bit more experience with him, with also Granit Xhaka in the recent weeks as well. And I think that's, to me, where the Sunderland squad really needed additions, is that real experience to really, as you said, deal with the physicality and deal with the trials and tribulations the Premier League throws at you throughout a 38-game season. Okay, well, that meant we started the show with that. We were going to start, though, with this story because it's a really intriguing one. And Tottenham have approached Manchester City about signing Savinho. Talks are underway between the two Champions League clubs. However, City don't want to sell him. He only signed for them last summer from their sister club, Troyes. Dan, you can set this up for us. It's a potentially fascinating move, this, isn't it? It's almost come out of nowhere. Yeah, that's why we love the transfer window, because you do get links and potentials like this. And when you look at both perspectives, it is very interesting. When you look at from the Manchester City side of things, as you mentioned there, Matt, he only signed from Troyes last year after being on loan at Girona, all under the City football group. And they signed him for £30 million. He's only been at City one season as a 20-year-old. You can look at his statistics, not amazing in terms of numbers. I mean, he did get 10 assists in the Premier League and 1 goal. But for me, Kevin, he's still one of very, big potential.
I think we were both a bit gobsmacked when this came through, because he's a player that's really developing. You look at what he did for Girona, for example, in La Liga, helped them qualify for the Champions League for the first time in their history. So I think there's a player with huge ceiling, really high ceiling, but Pep Guardiola, if he gets any inkling players don't want to stay, then he's happy to let them go.
And it's a great point, because we've seen that in previous windows, the likes of João Cancelo, the likes of Kyle Walker, even Julian Alvarez, who joined Atletico Madrid. And I think the interesting thing for Manchester City is when you look at, this is a player, first of all, who did start 3 of their 4 games in the Club World Cup just, over a month ago. But they also do have quite a few options out wide. The likes of Omar Mamouche can play on the left. Oscar Bob is back now after a long-term injury. That's not even talking about the likes of Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva, Jeremy Doku, who can all play on that left side as well. Both sides, really. So in terms of Savinho, maybe his minutes would look more limited in a new season. I think when you look at Tottenham's perspective, though, they have just lost Heung-min Son as a big influential force in that team. Mohamed Kudus, a great addition in the summer, but they don't have a lot of attacking options. And I think Savinho can play as a 10 or out wide. Dejan Kulusevski is just coming back from injury as well. So it does make sense in terms of what Thomas Frank is trying to build at Spurs.
That's a good point, actually, isn't it, Kevin? Because now with Maddison out, you'd think the number 10 would be the key role that they want to fill. But do you think Savinho can play there for Tottenham?
He's intelligent enough to do it. I think he's got that one-on-one ability to open up space. He doesn't just have to be that wide threat. And I think this is possibly about status within a squad as well, because within the Manchester City squad, he is one of many excellent attacking players. He could be more of a lock for that first team, I think, at Tottenham. I think he's shown in La Liga, in the Premier League, that he is adaptable. and he's still so young. He still has so much potential. So I think this could work out really well for Tottenham if it's something that they can see through.
I mean, he's incredibly exciting. I mean, when he first started under Pep Guardiola, I mean, the way his ability to dribble but also take on defenders, I think that ability is so underrated in modern football because we don't see that a whole lot now with how structure is with certain coaches and managers. I also think when you look at Tottenham as well, the likes of Matthias Tell is going from a winger under Ange Postecoglou to more as a 9, the likes of Richarlison as well. So that left flank especially feels a little like Wilson Odobert, still relatively young as well.
Yeah.
The summer window has just taken a shocking twist, and at the centre of it is Niko Paz, the 20-year-old midfield prodigy lighting up European football, fresh off a dazzling season with Cesc Fabregas Como, where he bagged 6 goals and 9 assists in Serie A. Paz has become one of the hottest names in the market, and Tottenham thought they had him in the bag. But wait, here comes the twist no one saw coming. Manchester United and Chelsea are reportedly joining forces in a rare moment of alignment to block Spurs from sealing the deal. Why? United see Paz as a future midfield cornerstone in Ruben Amorim's rebuild. With Ineos backing and Amorim's hunger for versatile, dynamic players, Paz fits the bill perfectly. However, there's a catch. United have already landed Matheus Cunha and Brian Mbeumo, and adding another attacking midfielder looks unlikely, unless big money comes in from the sale of unwanted stars like Garnacho, Antony or Sancho. And while a deeper midfielder and a top goalkeeper are higher priorities, the chance to snatch a generational talent from under Tottenham's nose is too tempting to ignore. Imagine this: Paz orchestrating play alongside Bruno Fernandes, unlocking defenses with his flair, and tormenting Premier League rivals for years to come. Do you think United should pull the trigger or focus elsewhere? The clock is ticking, and this battle could change the summer market forever.